Hey, Kathy O, hanging out here in my bathroom, and I'm going to play with a look today. Now, let's address something first. You might notice I'm playing with some different foundation shades. Actually, I'll let you in on a little secret. It's actually concealer. I was just testing out on the advice of a makeup artist that I follow, Lori Hogg, who uses exclusively Mary Kay products, to just try them out and see what they look like on our skin, what they do, because I was just trying to figure out which shade or shades are best for me. So this one's a little too yellow, too dark, too gold. I will say it looks a little worse on camera than it does in person in my mirror. I just don't feel like washing it off today, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do about that. But hey, foundation shade matching is important, and I will go back to my regular shade tomorrow for sure. But what I really want to do today is I'm going to try this look. Well, I've already been playing in these for a while. I just hadn't taken the time to do a video with this new Inner Fire palette from Mary Kay. So gorgeous. Now, I'm a cool girl, but these are so pretty. And with my brown eyes, I guess I can wear just about anything. So possibly you can too. But let's start with the eyes. So it says, and on the back are all the colors, which is nice because it's hard to remember. Like they have these fun names: Ignited Ivory, Gold Greatness, Radiant Bronze, Hot Clay, Fiery Coral, Bring It Brown. And yes, I have tried all of the shades. All right, so here we go. We're going to jump in. It says to do Fiery Coral as the base. So that is this one right down here in the middle. It's kind of a, I wouldn't be great at shade names. I would call it kind of a peachy rust. Peachy, it's kind of hard to explain it. But it says to use that as a base. So here we go. And I will for sure address my pale pink neck in a little bit here. But we're going to do this first. By base, we don't mean to go all the way up to the eyebrow. I suppose you could, but I do not. In fact, I don't even put it, I forgot to put on I usually put on powder underneath for a base all over. I forgot to do that, but that's okay. This will be my base. Now, I'm going to go into my crease and a little above my crease, because if I don't go above my crease, when I close my eyes, it looks super, but when I open my eyes and walk around, it's just going to disappear. So I want to go up above that a little bit. All right, there's my base. Same on the other eye. I am inspired today by the movie I'm excited to see tonight, which is out this weekend as I'm doing this. It is October 10th, 2025. By the way, 28 years ago tonight is when my husband asked me to marry him. So, but we're going as a family to see this new movie called Soul on Fire. It's a true story that was filmed in St. Louis. And John O'Leary, I've read his book. Can't wait to go tonight. So I am definitely liking the fire look today. Okay, there we go. Look, that would be fine just by itself. It really would. Okay, then in the crease, it says to use hot clay. All right, hot clay is this just kind of a nice brown. Like in our regular line, I would compare it to hazelnut, although it's got a bit more pigment to it than hazelnut. Hazelnut is more of a flat brown. This is still a bit warm, but of the palette, it's kind of the most flat. Now, what does it say to do with that? I'm supposed to use the eye crease brush. Hang on. Let me grab that. Got the wrong brush going here. I need to read. Okay. The eye crease So we're going to just kind of intensify. Now, again, I'm not going to go way down here in my crease because it'll just completely disappear. You would just hardly see it at all, especially once I put my glasses on. But how has it been? 5 minutes already. Wow. Okay. I'm going to go above my crease, just adding a little more intensity there. Makes my eyes look more open, less sleepy. There we go. And it doesn't have to be blended perfectly right now. We can do that at the end, but you're just getting the colors where you want them. Okay. And then, oh, the highlight, which, shoot, I dropped my brush. Oops, I dropped it. Gotta get these extra colors off of here now because I put that brown on there. The Ignited Ivory. Okay, so that one's kind of obvious. It's this one. Our regular line, I would compare that to maybe Moonstone. Where am I putting that? Over. It just says highlight. So wherever I want to highlight, right? So I'm going to wipe some of this off on my cloth here because I don't want to. Now my brush is a bit wet, but that's okay. I'm going to go into this highlight here. I would like a highlight right actually in the center. Believe it or not, I just kind of do that with my finger, honestly. I don't really want to add a lot of shimmer to my brow bone. You absolutely can, especially if you have a different eye shape than me. But with my eye shape, I don't want to highlight the brow bone a whole lot. There's plenty of that up there already. I'm trying to just open the eyes more. All right, and then, sorry, I'm looking at my directions here. Gold Greatness. It says enhance with Gold Greatness with the all over eyeshadow brush. I will say, since I am a cool girl, this Gold Greatness is super gold. I mean, it's so warm. It's almost green. So it is kind of pushing the envelope for me. It's not a great color on me. And I think it's because it's really kind of competing with my eyes. My eyes are brown, but if anything, they've got a little greeny gold to them. And so it just doesn't look great on me. In fact, I think I'm going to skip it. I don't think I'm even going to put it on at all because it's just going to be, well, I do want to see what it'll look like. I've used it as a highlight. I didn't really like it as a highlight, but let me use it as, because I do want to see how this will work. All right, so here it is. Yes. So to enhance, I'm going to go just kind of out here. Okay. Yeah, just a little bit is okay. It just kind of, honestly, is kind of softening the other shade, which is not a bad thing because it looks pretty bright here on my phone. Again, like it doesn't look that bright in person. And once I put my glasses on, it's not going to look that bright. I promise. So if I do a natural eye look, it disappears when I put my glasses on. If I do kind of a medium look, which is kind of what this is, it's going to look like a natural look with my glasses. And then I would have to be like super dramatic for it to really be dramatic in my glasses. Okay, so that's the eye shadows. And then we follow with the black liner. Okay. I'm looking in my mirror because looking in the phone, the timing is a little off, and so it just kind of throws you a little bit. Now, as I've mentioned in other videos, I never put black underneath my eyes. That is just not a good look for me. You do you. I will do a lighter shade under the eyes or nothing at all. Or you can do a little shadow. But I don't like a lot of shadow. If I put too much under my eyes, just because of my hooded eye look, it just kind of drags them down. But look how my eyes look so much more open already. I will show you a trick that I do. Well, no, we're not going to take time for that. We're going to focus on this look. And actually the look calls for the liquid eyeliner. I don't like the wet feeling, so I don't do the liquid eyeliner. I just stick with our mechanical eyeliner, which is great. So again, you do you. I just use these for suggestions, right? Okay, so I've done that. Oh, I need mascara. Well, I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to do cheeks first because I want to do my finishing spray. So for the cheeks, it recommends our Latte Bronzer, which is the lighter of these two shades. I probably should have never opened this darker one. It's too dark for me, but I did. And it is what it is. Okay. So for bronzer, we want to find the cheekbone and go under the cheekbone. This is not where your blush goes down here. This is where your blush goes up here. This is where a contour, I'm saying bronzer. It's not a bronzer, it's a contour shade. Your contour shade should go underneath here. So I'm going to get a little bit of this on just the shorter bristles. And I'm going to start back here. We don't want a splotch of brown in the middle of the face. And actually, this is probably not even going to show up that much on this concealer foundation I have on. But I want to go below that bone and just kind of go straight towards the nose, but not to my nose, okay? So it is just, you can see already, even on the phone, how it is kind of slimming the cheek, bringing that cheekbone out, even though I've not even put any color on it yet. All right. I'll do the other side. Under the cheekbone. Keep the color mostly to the back. Now, if you want serious contouring, there's other ways to do like really serious contouring. I'm not the kind to take that kind of time. Kind of low maintenance when it comes to that. I don't want to spend a lot of time on that. Okay. This cheek needs a little more help. It's a little more chipmunky. It's always worse on my phone though, because I've got my phone tilted. Let's see, let me straighten up my phone so you can see what I actually look like. But my little stand, it doesn't work that way. There we go. So that looks pretty good. All right, and then, I get that out of the way. Then it calls for Rogue Rose Blush. I would never have picked that one for when I'm wearing red. Well, you can't even really see my red. See my red? But I have used it a lot. It is a good shade for me. It's right here. It looks kind of pinky purple on the phone. It's not that pinky purple in person, but it is a pretty good shade. All right, I'm going to get just a little bit here. On the apples of my cheeks, it's going to help take away from this yellowish concealer foundation. And I'm looking in my distance mirror to just kind of even up the sides. Don't put blush down here. Don't put blush in here. I'll say these things over and over. Like you do to your kids, right? Say the same things over and over, and eventually they get it. Okay, there's that. And then, oh, now I'm ready for my finishing spray and my mascara. Here's my finishing spray. Here we go. All right. Mascara. Lash Love Panorama, my favorite. That's what it calls for. Woohoo! And again, short bristles first. Longer bristles next. Gonna turn the brush. You really can do this without being fish face. However, I don't really remove my eye makeup without doing fish face. I'll have to do that again sometime in a video. I have before, but good old Facebook is not keeping our Facebook lives anymore, so that's why I've gone to YouTube. So these will stay unless I don't want them to. Okay, now I can put on my glasses so I can see. See these eyes now. We got to do something about this pink neck here. All right. Let's address that before I forget to show you. So, big fluffy brush. Oh, it's right here. I already got it out. I'm looking for it and it's right in front of me. Bronzer, which we had limited edition recently. That's what I'm doing today. But as I said, I won't be wearing this shade again. I was just trying it out. So we're just going to add some bronzer. I'll tell you, I've even been adding bronzer to the tops of my feet when I wear my flats, because when I go walking, I'm in tennis shoes or hiking shoes, and the tops of my feet are so white and my legs are pretty brown for me. So then I'm like, oh, it looks crazy. So I've been actually putting bronzer on the tops of my feet. On the other hand, it's not something I obsess over, because here's something I told my husband the other night, and this is true, but I challenge you. You know, most of us are walking around so focused on our own lives and doing everything that, I don't know why I took my glasses off, that we really are not looking at each other in the eye. We're so focused on our own things. So make it a point to be intentional and look people in the eye when they're talking to you or when you're talking to them. And, you know, we're so distracted by our phones, by everything else going on around us, what we're worried about getting done or not forgetting. And yeah, it's not good. So I don't obsess over what I look like, because most people aren't looking at me anyway. Most people probably don't care what I look like. That's probably not what I'm supposed to say as a salesperson, but it's the truth and I know it. But I do it because it's fun. It makes me feel good. It's art on the face. It's a fun thing. All right, we're going to finish up with lips. And this is Beige Nude, by the way. And then Coral Blaze Tinted Lip Balm. I am loving these lip balms. I have been wearing them almost exclusively since I got them. So pretty. Because things go pink on me, this Coral Blaze is pretty natural. As a matter of fact, on my phone, boy, it really looks pink. It doesn't look pink in person. It just looks pretty much like my own lip color. Like, it just doesn't change much. So, You know, if I was worried about my lips having more color, I would just do something else or add more to it. But I love the way these smell. I love the way they feel. They're so nice. Can't go wrong. Or you could fill in with your lip liner. I don't like doing that. Kind of dries out my lips a little bit. I don't care for that. But hey, if I wanted to add some more color, maybe I would add a little red to this, or a little coral lips, actual lipstick to add a little more color. So anyway, that's the look. Thanks for watching.